splenius capitis. In the moment we see that this bony here, we know that is that the C7. So the origin is from C7 till T3. There's the origin of splenius capitis, and from here goes to the this part which is called the mastoid process. So there's the muscle. This is the muscle fiber direction. That's the origin. That's called splenius capitis. Splenius capitis, if you can see this one, I'm doing it on both sides, and both sides are working. The action is extension of the neck. But if only one side works, we have lateral flexion and rotation on the same side. So if the left side work, left. That's splenius capitis, deep muscle because it's underneath the levator scapula, upper traps, rhomboids too. In the moment that the splenius capitis stops, the splenius cervicis start from T3 till T6. Origin, spinous process. From the spinous process of this T3 till T6 goes to the transverse process of C1, C3. So transverse process is here. So this is the second muscle. Closed, look like it's parallel with the spine. Also this muscle has the same action like the splenius capitis, which is the extension of the neck and head, and unilateral lateral flexion and rotation on the same side. And this is about the two muscles on the posterior neck. On top of them, as we know, we have the levator scapula, we have the upper traps, and we have the rhomboids. Moving down here, we're going to see most likely on a close on, we have the glutes. The best way to check it for gluteus maximus, in the moment that L1, L5 finish, we have the sacral, 5 fuse bones here. Okay, so the glutes are originated to the sacrum and ilium, gluteus maximus. So this is the origin from here, and goes to the gluteal line, which is this part here, and runs all the way down to the IT band. It just goes all the way down to the tibia. So this is a muscle fiber direction of gluteus maximus. And when the gluteus maximus contracts, the action is extension and lateral rotation. That's the action of gluteus maximus. Extension, lateral rotation. It's the most superficial muscle on the hip area, posterior aspect. One more time, stripping. And this way we can do the cross fibers. A little more superior but deeper with the gluteus medius. Gluteus medius is in the iliac crest and just run to this bony landmark here that's on the hip on the side. We feel it, which is the greater trochanter. This muscle, this has the muscle fiber direction, so it's in this direction, and this is the cross fibers. When we contract the gluteus medius, we have adduction and medial rotation. Underneath the gluteus medius, we have gluteus minimus. We just go to underneath to this fossa, iliac fossa here, and just goes to the same insertion, which is the greater trochanter again. So by having the same insertion, gluteus medius and minimus both have the same action, which is the abduction and internal rotation. So gluteus maximus and minimus are antagonists for internal external rotation, and gluteus maximus is synergist with the hamstrings for the extension, and antagonist with the quads for flexion. What is the best way to stretch the three glutes? We turn the client face up. Come a little more towards this way. Perfect. So gluteus maximus, put leg down. Gluteus maximus does the extension, so we're going to do flexion of the hip. And if the gluteus maximus does lateral rotation, we're going to do the medial rotation. So have a good support on the other leg and press down for stretching the gluteus maximus. For the gluteus medius and minimus, before we go to the gluteus medius and minimus, I need to add another more muscle because all three of them are going to have the same stretching. Line on the side. From the iliac crest, which is here, running down, connect with the gluteus maximus together to the arctic band is a muscle called TFL, tensor flexor lateral. Most superficial lateral muscle. What is the action of this muscle? This muscle have like almost 5 actions. They have 2 actions on the knee by helping the knee to extend and stabilize laterally. And on the hip is going to help to flexion, abduction, external rotation. These are the 3 actions on the hip. It's not really strong muscle, but it's a good supportive muscle in both sides, hip and knee area. And because of this muscle, the priority of this muscle is abduction. 2, we can conclude this muscle also with the gluteus medius and minimus. They do the abduction, so for that reason, we're going to bring the client in the same position, just slightly more towards the edge of the table here. Relaxing the hand. I'm telling the client to bend the bottom leg and the posterior, the top leg, pushing it down. By what? By keeping this stone leg straight, I'm still not doing any hyperextension, it's straight line. But what I'm doing, I'm pressing towards the midline, so that way I'm stretching the gluteus medius, minimus, and the TFL. Support there, push it down. By pushing this leg down, the head of the femur, or the greater trochanter, is leaving the hip away, so that way the muscles on top are being more tight. And there we just conclude the 3 glutes, TFL, and how to work with them and stretch them.